What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with Jesse W. And today we're going to go over day trading rules. Check it out. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into this video here. And what we're going to talk about today is day trading rules that have helped me. Okay, these are day trading rules that have helped me. We're going to go over two types of rules. Okay, because when we think about day trading rules, we automatically think about stop losses and profit targets and size and stuff like that. And that's all fine and dandy and absolutely an essential part of our day trading rules. However, we're going to discuss two types of day trading rules today that are extremely important. And one of them, which is the very first one we're going to talk about, is extremely overlooked. But before we do me a quick favor, smash that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, hit the notification bell so you're alerted when I upload these types of videos, super informative, and I know you guys like them a lot. Also, check out the links in the description section if you're looking for scanners, trade idea scanners, 15% off coupon code down there with my link. You're going to definitely want to take advantage of that, as well as Webull. You download the app, fund the account with $100, and you're going to get 2 free stocks. Now let's go ahead and jump into this video. Environmental rules. And we're not talking about any of those like PETA type rules. We're talking about environment rules of our surrounding. Okay? As day traders, when we sit down to trade on our platforms here at our desks and we're looking at our monitors and our charts and everything, we need to be focused. We need to be extremely focused. And I personally have rules that are of my environment when I'm day trading. The very first one is I put ignore on my messages. On my computer, a message, like an iMessage might pop up, but I won't see what it says because I don't want to see what it says because it'll distract me. I don't care. Boom, it's gone. I got to stay focused. I have to stay focused. Focus is absolutely essential when we are day trading. Why? Because we are not just buying something and holding on to 20 years from now. Should definitely be doing that. It's called long-term investing. I do it, but that's not what I'm doing when I'm day trading. So I have to be ultra laser focus. Okay, so I put my messages, my text messages on ignore. I'll grab my cell phone and I'll just put it face down on my desk so that if something pops up on my screen, I don't see it. That's how I ignore my messages on my phone. And on my computer, I literally go into settings and put them on. I don't know if it's ignore or not, do not disturb. I'm not sure. You can find how to do that in your own computer depending on your computer. So that my text messages and my iMessages and instant messages and anything like that doesn't show up on my computer where I can read it out of the corner of my eye. I don't want that. So that's one rule for me and for my environment. The second one is I don't use push notifications on my phone. I don't. There's a couple apps that have push notification, and that's about it. But stock tweets, no push notification. Please, no push notification. Twitter, I don't have push notification on. So if you tweet at me, I'll see it when I open up the app, which is a few times a day. Otherwise, I won't see it because I don't use push notifications on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, link in the description section below. You'll see it down there with my social media. So you can follow me there. I post up my watch list pretty much every morning. Now, I don't have push notifications on Twitter. I don't have push notifications on Facebook. I don't have push notifications on Instagram, stock tweets, YouTube. I don't have, well, YouTube doesn't really matter because it's not like you're going to get alerts, of somebody posting something every few seconds. So stuff like that, in essence, it's not like, who cares if Amazon push notification. I'm talking about stuff where people are posting, oh, such and such stock is going to the moon. That, I don't have push notifications on any of that. I don't even have push notifications on my emails on my phone because I don't want to be distracted when I'm day trading. And I don't want to get a distraction from somebody saying, oh, PECK just went from $2 to $25 and I didn't know about it. And now all of a sudden I get the push notification and feel FOMO. I don't want none of that nonsense going on. So I don't have push notifications on those apps. Now, what else do I do? I have 2 more rules that are a part of my environment rules. The third one is I turn off my emails. That's right. I have, I run multiple businesses. So my laptop is here. I go to my mail app and during my day trading time in the morning, I close it. I quit the mail app. I don't want to see any emails coming through. And I don't have push notifications on my phone for my emails. No distractions. I don't want to get an email that kind of needs my attention, but it really doesn't need it right away as an emergency. If it's an emergency, I'm going to get a phone call, right? So I don't care. Like, I don't want to see that right now. It's not an emergency, therefore it could be answered an hour or two from now. So I don't need it. I don't want it. So when it comes around that 9:20, 9:15, 9:30 area of the morning, I go to my mail app on my computer and I quit it. I don't want to get any emails. I don't want to see them. So that's my third rule. And then my fourth rule, and this is going to sound a little bit harsh, but it's what needs to be done. My family knows not to contact me around that day trading time in the morning. They know not to unless there is an emergency. Okay, unless there is an emergency. So if they call me, I will pick up the phone because I expect it to be something very important. I expect it to be something very important. If I can't pick up at that very moment, I will call right back because I expect it to be something very important. They know that in the morning I'm day trading and I have to be focused. I'm dealing with money, like thousands or tens of thousands of dollars in any given trade, and I can't be distracted with something that isn't very serious or important because I can easily lose money on a distraction. And I've been distracted before. You've seen it in recaps where a distraction has cost me money, and we've seen it happen to other traders. It doesn't matter if you're consistently profitable or not. Distractions can be expensive. So my family knows not to contact me during the day trading hours. Okay, now those are the 4 environment rules that I have when it comes to day trading. So what's next? Well, next after that comes actual day trading rules, as in while I'm in a trade or before I'm in the trade. So the next one is very simple. And it sounds like so simple that you're like, oh, Jesse, come on. I don't know. This is so too simple. Unlike, unsub. But it's very, very simple, guys, and super crucial. Most people don't even think about it. They just enter trades. You must have a trade plan. You got to have a trade plan. It's got to be part of your rules to have a trade plan. Now, I'm going to show you an example of a potential trade plan here on the computer right now. All right, so like I said, the very first rule is having an actual trade plan itself. I'm not going to show you here on a superb, excellent trade plan. This is just an example. This is just a trivial example and not exactly an A+ setup or anything like that. All right, if you want to see more about that stuff, you can check out my website. You can check out some of my other videos. If you haven't seen my website, hustlewithjessew.com, you can check out some more information there. So this is just going to be an example of the idea of having a trade plan. So let's say you were going to swing trade Tesla here, and you have this support line drawn here. It's bounced off of here, resistance here, bounced off here, okay, bounced off here. So you could say, I'm not going to enter this trade until we come back down here towards this support zone, okay? Or if we break above it, but let's say we're going to enter on the support bound. So we come on down, we bounce off of it, we enter it. Now, we've entered because we've identified a trade plan. What is a trade plan, you might say? Okay, very simple. Our stop is going to be underneath the support zone. So in this case, it's going to be underneath the bottom of this candle. And our targets are going to be up here, the top of this resistance on this downtrend line if we're long. Okay, if we're short, we're going to look to short in front of this resistance, but on a confirmation, like for example here, boom, we hit it, we gap down. Now we know we have some confirmation there. You could get short. You know where your stop is, you know where your profit target is. On a bounce, you know where your stop is, you know where your profit targets are. That's basically how you would set a trade plan as an example. Knowing where your stop is, knowing where your entry is, and knowing where your sell targets are. That's how you form a trade plan. Now, as far as how do you do it with VWAP and 9EMA and Fibonacci retracements and other levels, etc., that's irrelevant to the example. The example is just that you must set a trade plan, before you enter the trade itself. All right, guys, so now that you know, control your environment the best you can, have, day trading rules like set a trade plan before you even open a position. What's next? Well, if you have a trade plan, then you know where your stop is at. You have a stop loss area. Stick to your stop loss area. stick to your stop loss area. If the stock falls towards your, or goes towards your stop loss and, you know, goes underneath it, like it hits it, and it's time for you to stop out because you know that's where you got to get out because the stock's going to continue against you more than likely, then you have to stop out. You have that rule there set for a reason. If you allow it to continue going down further and hurting you by losing more money, then you're just making your loss that much worse. All right? Like, I know I'm not going to be right 100% of the time, but I'm typically right 60 to 70% of the time. Therefore, if I'm wrong this time, it's no big deal. I'm going to take my loss, and I know I can make it back. Like, I know I can make it back. It's not a problem, right? I'm just wrong, and it sucks to be wrong and to admit it. But sticking to stop losses is capital preservation. It's going to preserve your account, and it's also going to preserve your mental capital, because even though you're wrong, all right, and pay attention here, even though you're wrong, you're going to minimize your losses over the longer period of time, right? Because you're sticking to your risk. If you're risking $100 per trade, okay, then you know that you're only going to lose $100. But if you allow yourself for that stop to be like become almost a bag hold, or you're going to give it an extra wiggle room, and it's really not something that deserves it or commands it at the point nothing's changed, then your stop is just going to go from, you know, being a $100 loss in this case, according to the pattern, to a $200, $300, $400 loss. Now, instead of making that back easily up over the next trade, it's going to take you a few more trades, a few more days to make that loss back. So sticking to your stop losses is absolutely essential. Absolutely essential. Now, there's another part to this equation that most people overlook tremendously. And it's almost basically the polar opposite. Now, before we move on to that one, which is the final one of the video, remember, do me that quick favor. It helps a lot because we feed the YouTube algorithm, and that beast needs to be fed. Smash the like button for me if you haven't, please. And subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section below. All right, so the last one is stick to your sell targets. Don't be greedy. Don't let emotions get to you. If the stock hits your sell target, sell. I typically scale out as the stock moves towards my area, okay? And if, for any chance, once it hits my final sell target, I feel where it can go a little bit more because of the volume, the chart, whatever's going on in the trade, what I'll do is I won't hold on to that entire last piece of the position. I'll split that up in half. I'll make sure to take some more profit off at that final target. And if I think we have a little bit more juice, or if it has a potential to a swing trade, then I'll split that final piece in half. But believe me, that final piece is only a fraction of my entire position, what I'm going to leave there. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe leave a little bit there, but you have to stick to your sell targets. How many times have you had it happen to you, or seen it happen, where you're up an awesome amount of money? An awesome amount of money. The stock did everything you thought it would. It went to your sell target, and you didn't sell because you said, I think we can go further. I want an extra 10 cents. I want an extra 20 cents. I want an extra 10%, whatever it is. And you hold on to that position, only to have that trade come right back down to your entry, and then you don't want to sell because you were just up, you know, whatever it was, $100, $1,000, $10,000. Now you don't want to sell it. It's come all the way back down to your entry, or under it, or just above it, and you don't want to sell it because you were like, oh, it was just up a lot of money. I don't want to sell now. It hurts your ego. And then the trade goes red on you. This is what happens when you don't stick to your trade plan. If it hits your targets, you sell. That's why we're here. We're not here to capture the entire move. We're here to make money with our plans, with proper risk management. These are some of my day trading rules, not all of them, some of them, but some that I think are absolutely crucial, and I hope that they help you. Let me know what your rules are. Drop them in the comment section below. I hope you found value in the video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for me, hit the notification bell, and I'll catch you on the next one.